Hi, this is Steve at DrumDial. In this video, I'll show you how to achieve a custom sound for your snare drum. I'll start with the process it took to make our drum from M4. We wanted a unique sound with more mid-range, so we went with cherry and walnut. Cherry gave us the basic sound, and walnut added a crisper sound edge. M4 cut each segment, close to 400 individual pieces, all hand-fitted together and precisely trimmed and sanded. The darker pieces are walnut, and the larger, lighter colored wood is cherry. Each section was then glued and lathed for the final finishing process. This is the perfect shot of this drum set up on the lathe. Now that's a beautiful custom drum. We've used many lugs over the years, and they all slightly alter the timbre or unique sound of the drum. We were after a thicker sound and a lug that also complements this shell. So M4 took care of us with some very strong tube lugs to keep our sound right where we needed it. Hoops are a very important part of any upgrade. Die-cast hoops are very tinny with little ring or overtones, while triple flanged hoops are very ringy and bell-like. We needed something right in the middle. S-hoop was the obvious choice here. The overlying edge bevels down toward the drum head, covering the bearing edge. We want our edges to stay safe. S-hoop's added steel density, like a die-cast hoop, gives you consistent tunings across the range of the drum. This design also has less impact on your fingers and wrists. Our custom snare build will have a fatter sound that isn't tinny, but with just the right amount of ring. For all our custom builds, we use tight screws. They won't back out and detune from vibration. Loose lugs are no longer a concern. The tight screw tension rod has a channel cut into the threads and uses a nylon insert set in the groove to keep the tension rods from backing out when you're playing. Simply a great idea. Metal-to-metal contact on your hoops should be avoided. Here we have another cool addition for smooth tuning. Sleeved washers from Hendrix. They prevent metal-to-metal contact and make for a smoother, more accurate tuning. We've been using sleeved washers for some time now, and they really make tuning easier, especially on higher tension drums. For the throw-off and butt plate, we went with the Dunnett R7 3-position roto. A unique feature is 2 multi-steps, so the strainer can be off, 2/3 off, 1/3 on, or completely on. Also, the throw-off is self-aligning, a great feature if your snare wires ever come out of alignment. Multi-positions for different snare sounds? Very cool. To ensure the smoothest tunings before seating your snare side head, apply the bearing edge conditioner to the bearing edge. This was made for drums and works great. We're tuning to 81. Now match the gauge readings, but be sure to stay to the outside of the snare bed, just like in our snare drum tuning video. This applies whether using a drum dial or tap tuning. We're using the dual adjustable Fat Cat high performance snares. For our sound, we needed lots of snare adjustment, and this gave us more of what we needed. The dual adjustables are really easy to adjust with a standard flathead screwdriver. The carbon wires make for a really fat sound, and the combination between the 3-way throw-off and these dual adjustable snares was exactly what we were after. Apply the DrumDial bearing edge conditioner to the top of the bearing edge. Be sure to wipe off any excess, and you'll have the smoothest tuning possible. We're using an Evans coated 360 Genera HD. This batter head has 2 plies, a 5mm and a 7.5mm, 12.5 mils total, in combination with a 2mm overtone control ring on the underside that floats with the head, and it'll help out with some of the overtones. We're tuning this top batter head to 85. Tune up to your gauge readings in small increments. Now keep in mind that the most important part in tuning any drum is to get the drum in tune with itself. DrumDial makes this very easy by matching the gauge readings, and it's extremely precise. There's no competing overtones or fluctuating tuning harmonics to deal with when tuning with the DrumDial. You can quickly tune to what you like faster and more evenly than you can with any frequency tuner. Remember, drums tuned with a drum dial stay in tune longer because the head tension is the same all the way around the drum. Lug matching with frequency tuners alone will make your drums come out of tune very fast, without even playing them, because the head tension pulls unevenly as the entire head tries to equalize. This drum has 10 lugs, all tuned to exactly 85. Perfect. I've set up our spectrum analyzer and frequency meters to double check the tuning accuracy of this drum. Notice that all of the drum dial gauge readings are still 85. Also, the bottom head is not dampened. Next, we'll zoom in on the frequency. We can easily achieve a tenth of a hertz accuracy at this frequency level. Most frequency meters can only get you to a couple of hertz, and that's not acceptable at these lower drum frequencies. I'll tap the drum, rotate, tap the drum, rotate, tap the drum, 401.4 hertz. Again, 401.4. No fluctuation. Still 401.4 hertz. That's accuracy. Perfect. That's DrumDial accuracy, and that's why so many users prefer DrumDial. As I tap the drum, you can hear some slight ringing. These sound rings will reduce the ringing even more. This is what it sounds like dampened with a sound ring and without. This timbale sound is great, and this drum delivers. That's 2/3 off. One-third on. Completely on with the sound ring. You can make your own custom snare sound with a few aftermarket goodies from your local music store, so be sure to check them out. Also, like us on Facebook for updates and lots of drum tuning tips. Be sure to send us your custom snare drum pictures and videos.